Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 14th of June, and we're looking at an arcade classic beat 'em up. It's Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and it's a bit of a good one, if I remember rightly. So let's have a look. So yes, it's a 3-player simultaneous, so that's the first plus that it's got going for it. The fact you can take a couple of your friends with you, and you can play co-op simultaneous 3 players. We're going on the 1-player option today. Now here you see we're playing as Michael Jackson in his smooth criminal look. I think that's to basically retain this look throughout the game. It's all based, I'd say, loosely on the movie. But this game was actually helped to be designed by Michael Jackson. So there you go. So the sound bites and all that kind of thing is all done by him, which is nice. You've got power-ups like you can see here. You've just got to touch Bubbles the monkey, and then you become the robot from the movie, which is quite cool. If you hold down your fire button, you get a more powerful attack, which you can see there. It's got lasers. Let's have a look at the UI as well. So we're going to look at the bottom left. You can see there that you've got 26 lives because that's how many credits you've got. The little Michael Jackson legs next to it is your dance magic, which basically when you pop that, everything on the screen dances and generally will be destroyed at the same time. So you can see here there's lots of different bits from the film, which is great. So there we go, see what we've got to do. I like these little comic book cuts as well, they're quite nice. So we're in the amusement quarter now. So again, it's very generic bad guys, it's probably a negative, but the controls work incredibly well. So you've got like this blast here that you can see Michael doing there, and if you hold your fire button down, he will do an increased version of that and be a bit more powerful. Now the enemies do get stronger as you get along the game, so even these guys in blue tend to be a bit more powerful later on. So when you do your dance magic, which I will show you in a bit, because no need to use it just yet, but if the screen gets too crowded, I'll pop one off and see what we can do. That sounded incredibly rude, didn't it? But never mind. You can see your health bar underneath your lives there. It's red at the moment, probably another couple of hits and I am a goner. But you just come back like this. Pop! Easy. Right. Graphically, it's very nice, with very smooth animations and a real sense of the fact that you are inside a Michael Jackson game, which is really nice. The fact you're actually playing as Michael Jackson is really good as well. This was never ported to the home home consoles or computers for some reason. I don't quite understand that. There we go, there's a dance we can do there. You can see all the enemies start bopping away as well. And as soon as you finish your dance, boom, there we go, they're all disposed of. You can have multiple dance icons at once. You can accumulate those. The children sometimes give you them when you rescue them. Otherwise, they can give you health packs and other goodies as well. It's incredibly simple gameplay, but it works really, really well. So now we're into... You probably recognise some of the scenes from Moonwalker the movie anyway. Did anyone see Moonwalker? You played this game before? Let me know, because it's one of my favourite arcade games, or at least was one of my favourite arcade games back in the day. Obviously there's been other arcade games since. I think this was released in 1990, I believe. But very well designed. It's an interesting premise for a beat 'em up, really, isn't it? Here we go, it's a better view of the dance and the robots in the background getting jiggy with it, which is nice. It's well thought out, it's pretty well planned. I like the fact that there's 3 of you that can play, even if all 3 of you do take the role of Michael Jackson. It's a bit strange though that they're all in the smooth criminal outfits. It would be really cool if they had like one dressed up like you see now, another one dressed up in the bad outfit, and then maybe another one dressed up as, you know, Thriller in his Thriller costume, something like that. So you'd have 3 different variations of Michael Jackson throughout his career, but no, they're all the same but different colours. So I think one's red and one's black, I think, clothing that is. So it works really, really well. The soundtrack's brilliant as well. You've got like Smooth Criminal and things like that playing in the background, which is great. It just all works really, really well together. I love the fact when you rescue the kids, you do the famous Michael Jackson spin as well, which is really nice. All in all, it's a very, very good game. The only sort of downside I'd say, sometimes it can be easy to be overwhelmed on screen when you've got lots of enemies at once, but then again that's what the dance is for. So you want to pick your times and moments really. If you do get yourself in a situation where you've got too many bad guys to deal with at once, then just pop that dance button and away you go. Those are the only buttons you've really got to worry about. There's no jumping or anything like that you have to worry about. And like I say, you get these power-ups here, like we've gone to the metal Michael. So he's now... There we go. There's another dance token that she's just given us, which is cool. I like the way the levels sort of seamlessly move on as well. So they don't there's no loading times or anything like that. Obviously being an arcade board anyway, but that's just nice not to have to wait. Now, I think this is probably going to be a sub-boss here. Yes, it is. So you can't make bosses dance, just so you know, which is a shame because that would have been most entertaining. So there we go. We'll dance anyway because it still does fairly decent damage to them, but it's not an instant kill like you would have on your just general bad guys. So you've got to pick and choose your dances, but when it's something like this, it's not quite so bad. It's just avoid everything and hope they don't annihilate you. But for its time, it was a fairly good arcade game, fairly good romp in the arcades, and even better with friends. Anything that you can play with your friends always gets a higher score from me, you know that, because I think it's always better to grab a couple of mates and have a good blast on something rather than trying to blast it on your own. So there we go. And if you can make innuendos out of this all day long, I don't care. But yeah, it was interesting because the home versions, the Spectrum, Amstrad, C64, all had different versions of Moonwalker. I think actually no, they had all the same ones. But I think the Mega Drive and Master System versions were very different. Nintendo didn't have one, because obviously it was made by Sega. So there. I will be investigating the Mega Drive and the other systems as well, because they all play very differently. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually did those games as well. But I'm quite surprised that this never had a home release. I would have thought this would have been quite high on the priority list to have had as a multiplayer game in the home. But no, it never saw the light of day on the home systems, sadly. So the arcade is basically, I think, the only place you can still play this game. But there you go. The like I said, the home versions are very different. I think the Spectrum version is more like it's got stealth elements and stuff like that. It's got different versions of the bits from the film as well. Like the first stage on the Spectrum, I believe you're trying to find bits of costume, and then you get to ride a motorbike, blah blah, a bit from like the Speed Demon section from the film. So we will investigate. I'll have a look at those at some point in the future. But for now, this is probably the best version of Moonwalker that you can get your hands on. And it's just really, really good. I love this. Just listen to the soundtrack just for a minute. You've even got Michael Jackson's trademark "woo" and stuff going on as well, which is nice. All recorded by the man himself. It's road rage. But yeah, I think if you enjoy this sort of thing, I think this is right up your alley. I think you'll enjoy it. It's entertaining. It's not. It's repetitive, but then you get that with these sort of games. As you can see there, how ridiculously hard it can get sometimes. Being in a group of bad guys that you can't, especially if you've got no dance things left. So you can see they come thick and fast as well. So you've got to be on your toes with this game, big time. So, and the idea is basically to get to Mr. Big at the end. Now, this, I'm sorry, my mind is in the gutter, but that just looks suspicious, to say the least. Yeah, I'm not going into details there. You can make up your own minds, you gutter-minded lot. Anyway, so this is another sort of sub-boss for the levels. Once you reach the end of a level, you have a boss to clear, and then you'll carry on to the next stage, which is really quite cool as well. See, there's badder written on the wall, and it's even got the E turned the wrong way round. Now look, he's dancing, which is quite cool. So it's some bosses, I guess, must have the dance. Anyway, guys, this has been Moonwalker on the arcade. This has been Rich for the Retro Revival Show, and I will be back very soon with a brand new review. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hello to new subscribers. Great to have you guys on board, and as always, thanks to my existing crew. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you next time. Keep it retro. Bye for now!